We were brought in about 3 years ago. We work alongside the campus security.
How many dogs have you got with you today?
2 here in this van. My partner Gary, who's out somewhere on site, he's got 1 in his van. This is our 3rd year now. We do a big chunk this time of year when obviously the new intake starts. But then we're here during the course of the year for various different big events, like when there's concerts in Erland Park.
How long do you take to train the dogs?
It's an ongoing thing, to be honest. You never stop. When we're patrolling, if we're out on foot with the dogs in the woods or down by the Broad, it's sit, stay, stop, wait, bark repetitively as we go round. So it's a never-ending job.
And how long have you been doing this job?
Security for nearly 20 years, with the dogs for just over 10 years now. I've done all the security. We've done the door work and the static work, and I've been security manager for a Formula 1 team, and I've done it all basically, and why not try the dogs kind of thing, yeah. When we're not on campus, when I'm doing other security work, because we're only here certain times of the year, we do squatter evictions and various different things, so your relationship with your dog has to be on point because you trust them, they're trusting you. You're the ultimate team. I've got 2 kids at home. They go home, they turn off from work, and they become lovable rogues at home, yeah. They'll get in bed with the kids, sit and try and nick your food, and they're just normal dogs. Rufus 4.5.
And he's a Rottweiler, is that
He
right?
is, yes, yeah. A proper German one, came from Germany. They're there to do a job, and they can do the job. They're trained exactly the same as a police dog is. So, the noisy one in there.
Yeah. So who have you got in the van?
Asbo, hence all the noise, and yes.
Are they friends?
Oh, they're best of friends. They have to go everywhere together. Yeah, if I leave one at home without the other one, there's trouble at home, yeah. We're together 24 hours a day, so they are your best mate, your work mate, your colleague. So, yeah, nothing but the best. Life of luxury, eh, Luth? Yes. As soon as they see the van, it's work. As soon as they see the front door going back home again, that's it. Time to put the TV on. You love TV, don't you, Luther?
What's his favourite programme?
Anything as long as it's noisy, yeah. We have a hate-hate relationship with the postman. Luckily I give him a good tip at Christmas and everything's alright.
Capacity 3,000 because they've got an outside area in front of Nelson Court, the marquee's open with some electronic games in. Vigilant with regard to freshers going home with 2nd and 3rd years, so they've been asked to have conversations with anybody they feel that isn't quite right.
You set off to do one thing and then you end up doing several other things usually. Excuse me? Everything alright down there? Everything alright? The policy they enforce now on the door is a lot stricter than it used to be, I think. So. Delta 1 Control. That's ITCS, the alarm's on. We've got the building locked and secure.
Paston House.
Paston 24 Alpha, receive, thank you.
Just to let you know, I've done a computer check on a young gentleman. He's given me his date of birth. Everything seems to check out okay.
Yeah, receive, thank you.
You could be sitting in here sometimes for half an hour, and nothing will happen. You could be sitting here for like a couple of minutes, and then you get blasted into oblivion. Yeah, you'd be like rushed off your feet. Telephones going off and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it can get quite busy. If somebody's like being a bit antisocial, or somebody's urinating in the bushes, if we do catch them, then we do obviously take their cameras card numbers, and we send a report to student services, and they can deal with them how they want to deal with them.
There's a student that may be self-harming or about to self-harm. We'll go out towards that, and I might have to break off from that, but we've got policies and guidelines that we follow, obviously. The main one being that nobody puts themselves at risk, and if we feel that it's an extreme case, then we would call the police, ambulance, etc., and then assist the professionals with what they're doing, really. Went in and met some of the flatmates. They've done a really good job actually, considering they've only known each other 2 days. They've sort of removed anything sharp from the room, called the warden, called security, so they've done everything by the book, so really well done to them. So I've just met with the warden, and he's going to go and have a chat, and then if they need our help, they'll get back in contact with us.
Because I mean, I'm a father of two, and
Yeah.
I've got children too, and yeah, I can imagine what kids go through. When I went to university myself, and I did live away from home, and at first it's quite daunting.
Yeah.
You're on your own. It's like big wide world. Kids just come out of the living with their mum and dad, and chucked in a non-familiar surroundings. You're going to feel lonely sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's nice to be able to help someone out in that situation. You need to be a figure of authority. Don't get me wrong. You can't just be like, shoulder to crown kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You need to have authority also when you need to portray a bit of authority, because you need to be seen, to be caring for their security and their welfare. And I think by being like a authoritative figure to a certain extent, it kind of makes the students, most of them, feel pretty secure, pretty safe. But I think all in all, I think you have to have a certain rapport with students on a kind of like a level, because like I said, they're young and they're impressionable. You need to understand what they're going through. If you don't have that rapport, you can't do your job.
Wrong way. You can't get out that way, my friend. You trying to find your way out?
For someone, sir.
Say again?
I'm waiting for someone to come.
Oh right, I didn't know if he was trying to go, but I was going to say you can't get out that way.
I'll just try to give you away.
No worries, mate.
We need a mobile because we've got 300 acres to cover basically.
Would you like to have a more hands-on relationship with students, or?
Yeah, I think it would be good if we can do that. In the past, I think we have. We're coming up against just the logistics. There's quite a few new buildings. The student population is increasing. We're being stretched a bit more, and the actual numbers of the security department haven't increased at all.